What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 224, and we're recording on February 13th, 2023. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. We had some healthy discussion pre-podcast today.
Oh.
We talked about bathroom splashback, gray sweatpants, Boys Planet. We talked about a lot of bathroom etiquette.
They were separate conversations.
No, all in one. There was one conversation about all of that.
No.
Just know we're gonna talk about Boys Planet a little bit in the post show before we do the activity over there. That's happening. Super Bowl was yesterday, which is a large event in American football. Hand egg, whatever you want to call it. Eagles lost. Kind of sad. My brother-in-law likes the Eagles. So.
Oh.
Dang.
Oof.
It is what it is, though. They could not stop Patrick Mahomes.
Rihanna was cool, though.
Rihanna was cool.
Yeah.
The entire time, though, I could not pay attention because I was like, this girl gotta be pregnant. And I was looking up the dates. I was looking up A$AP Rocky's SNS. Like, I was trying to figure this out. Publicist came out today and said she's pregnant. So, we don't know.
Well, good on her. Good on her. Good on her for putting on a legendary performance while having a baby
When I was watching the performance, I'm like, man, she's had banger after banger. That was the main thing I remember.
Only hits.
I haven't listened to Rihanna in a hot minute, and I knew all of the songs. And I was like, God damn, all these are good.
She's been around for a hot minute.
I remember SOS. I think that was like one of her first songs. SOS. Someone else. But we got two songs this week. I'm excited to talk about them. We have Key. He has a repackage. He came out with Killer. We have tripleS with Rising. Is this considered the debut? Like, I know we had the subunit thing. This is considered the debut.
They're calling it their debut.
10 out of 24 kids in this one. But let's start by talking about Key with Killer. He's from SM. Last three songs were Gasoline, Bad Love, and then Hate That. Bad Love was a sleeper. We forgot to cover it. Whatever year it came out, people were angry. Gasoline was a little bit. It was something. It was an experience. This is the repackage. In the pre-show, Warren was like, "Hey, did The Weeknd release a new song?" You know what? Let's start there. I don't disagree with that statement.
Very spoilery, right to the bat. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a Weeknd ass type beat, right?
The disco-inspired sound.
Yeah, the whole synthwave. I mean, here's the thing. There's various ways to do synthwave. There's various ways to do the sound, the genre. And we've had a bunch of K-pop songs that kind of do that. Like Twice did their own thing. Everglow did their own thing. There was a bunch more. I forget who. This one feels like they took the page out of Blinding Lights a little too much. Just a little too much.
Yeah. But that being said, it's good though. Like, independent of Blinding Lights, this is a good song.
I don't mind the sound. I think I was just surprised that we were going this direction because maybe this is my take. I thought it was on his way out, low key. This type of disco synthy vibe.
Yeah, more like it's like down the hallway kind of out. It's like bye bye, you know.
Oh, it has passed by already.
I mean, it's I'm not gonna complain about that, even though I totally understand where you're coming from. At the same time, it's a classic sound and it works.
It works.
All the devices that are placed in the song, they're all good stuff. They all work. They are proven devices in terms of arrangement, transitions, like all the creative choices they made, all cool stuff. And that leaves a lot for Key. It's all on Key to like convince us that this is his thing, right? And this is where I feel like, I don't know, something didn't fully explode. Like there was definitely an explosion, but like it kind of like exploded halfway. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like his like expressions and all that. Where I feel like a lot of the energy that was present in Gasoline, maybe he used it up all there, and like now we're running on like 30% gas till we get to the gas station or something. I don't know. That was maybe it's because I'm comparing. Maybe this is because I'm comparing him to other artists who have done similar songs, because inevitably they're similar songs. But like, you know, I do agree with you guys. Like everything works out. It's good. It's fine. But like, am I gonna remember this over Gasoline or even Bad Love? Like, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? Like,
Probably not, because I think the main selling point of Gasoline was that even though I wasn't the biggest fan of the song, I still sing it once in a while. On my gasoline.
On my gasoline.
Dun, dun, dun. It's very memorable. Same thing with Bad Love. I agree with you that this kind of lacks that kind of memorability. That being said, Key's doing his thing. One thing I want to point out is he's saying words like his English pronunciation of words like killer is really good on this song, because that's sort of a word that Koreans sometimes say a little bit weirdly, like killer, right?
Killer? Yeah, killer.
Yeah,
Well,
but
he speaks English.
obviously his English is like top tier.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
native
killer?
Koreans.
Killer 왜 뭐가 왜?
You know exactly what I mean. But yeah, I kind of see what you're saying about the impact. I think the ending where he all of a sudden puts on the blonde extensions with the beret, right, and he's dancing, the performance section
That was
is
cool.
really good.
Yeah.
I
think
don't
that's
like
super
the
memorable.
outfit.
What is wrong with you?
Any
Or
of
the
them?
extensions.
Oh, the extension.
What?
Okay, I don't like the extensions either. But I don't know. You like the extensions?
Yeah, no, okay, I'll be honest. Like, I feel like the music video was so cool, like all the styling.
No, yeah. Except for that part.
You gotta have a tunnel or a car in this type of song. You know?
Motorcycle as well.
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
something. Like, you gotta be in. Sometimes they have the car and they're like doing one of these things, with these type of songs.
Look it
You
up,
know
yeah.
exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
You gotta lean back and like feel the wind on these types of songs. But he did the tunnel, which is another one of the tropes for some reason with these types of songs.
The Inje Yangyang tunnel over here off of like Gyeongsangbuk-do Highway or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like we see tunnels a lot, especially in K-pop or like hip hop music videos. This one was particularly memorable. It's good. Like, it didn't feel shoehorned.
A
in or
lot of the
anything.
music videos in this tunnel, like a ton of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch of Nike commercials too. Like, it's just always this tunnel for some reason.
Overall, though, I think for what it is, if I think of it independent of any of the weekend stuff, I think it's a pretty good song. I don't think it's as memorable as Gasoline or Bad Love, but overall, I think he's working here. I think it's pretty
Yeah.
good. He's very popular at the moment, so I think he presented something fun for this repackage. What about you, Anita?
Yeah, no, I feel like I agree in the commentary of this not being maybe as impactful, like powerful to the same level as Gasoline. I do feel like I am more biased towards the sound over Gasoline. There were certain aspects of Gasoline that I thought were like certain sections that I liked more than others, whereas this feels more cohesive to me. Even though it's not anything new or like super out there as Gasoline. So maybe that's the case here, where it's not super impactful, but it's still good. It still makes sense. And I think his vocals in the chorus were probably the highlight. And maybe that's the energy that could have been spread out more throughout the song. Where I felt like vocals in the chorus were really, really, really clean. I liked the range. And then the switch between like the chest voice and the more head voice, which he does really, really well. But yeah, I think I prefer this over Gasoline. not
I
gonna
do.
lie.
I also do too. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't think I liked. I think I was pretty clear that I didn't like Gasoline when it dropped. I like this a lot over Gasoline. This one lacks the impact that Gasoline has, though. It also
Yeah.
lacks. I don't know. I like Bad Love a lot over these two. I'll be honest.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Bad Love is
for sure.
one.
Bad Love's. We should have covered it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Did we forget to cover it? I don't know.
We
It didn't
didn't.
get voted in, I think.
Should get voted in.
Well, it's not my fault then. Look, all I'm saying is that Bad Love was it felt more personal as Key's approach to this kind of sound and this concept, where he's doing various different iterations of retro, and this one feels a little more out of the box rather than like a custom made suit for Key. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, everything works out. But
Instead of a custom suit, he went to Macy's for this one.
yeah,
Still
yeah.
a good quality suit.
Yeah,
Just
he went to
not
Zara's
custom-made.
and he got one of those $120 suits, which they're good. They fit him well. He's a fit man, I think. Right, he is. Yeah, Zara or Macy's. That's where
Okay.
you get your suits.
Let's move to the next song. tripleS with Rising. Right, they are from Mod House. Their only other song was the subunit song, Acid Angel from Asia, right? AAA, I think.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
released Generation. which is one of the sleepers of last year, I think. No, like that was
It was
an
a good
amazing song. They're here with Rising. This is considered their official debut. They have 10 out of the planned 24 members in this one, right? This is another one of those songs that really sticks to me that the generation shift in K-pop has happened.
Ooh.
In sound.
In sound.
Yeah.
Sound. Yeah.
Where I think it's most evident with like New Jeans, right? And I think a lot with these tripleS songs where you feel like this is what K-pop is in late 2022, 2023. Like this is the meta of what is cool now is to have a song that is not as formulaic as what we are typically associate with K-pop, right? And I think about when the way I like to compare it is you listen to a song like this, you listen to OMG, you listen to Ditto, and then you listen to like a Twice Moonlight Sunrise, right? I'm not saying that Moonlight Sunrise is a bad song. It's a great song, right? But if you think about the songs musically, comparing them, it's two totally different games now, right? We're in a whole new thing. And this is one of those songs that does that. It's fun. I like this song. This is good. Right? Am I wrong?
No.
Validate me.
I am nodding in agreement. I agree with you, good sir.
You can't see it, but yes. Yes.
Someone validate me.
Jeez. Chill.
No, I agree. I feel like what I like about this, and see, it's not, they're saying it's a debut, but we've inherently already heard like a taste of what's to come, right? With Generation.
Yeah.
You're right. And I feel like I like that it makes sense musically, right? Like we're not doing a whole 180 in sound. This feels like, okay, so this is kind of the introduction of what is going to be the general sound for them. And I think it makes sense with the vibe the group is going for. Like if you look at the music video for Rising and for Generations, it's very, how do I say, like it's meant to be approachable, right? Like very much looking into
it's like grassroots,
teens, right?
I don't know how to put
Yeah.
it. It's like a weird. New Jeans is also doing this, where it's like we're teens, we are relatable. This
Right.
is like our story.
We're
you
just
know?
like you
Yeah.
guys.
But
No,
like
that's what they're
relatable in a way that's like you know that okay, not everybody's living like this, and like this
But
is
it's
not
like,
the
you
general
know,
experience.
sneaking out to hang out with your friends.
The
right? Like things
ideal.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a caricature of what people like. All the like in these Asian countries or even in America, it's like, you know, it's like the idealized. I'm gonna sneak out with my friends. We have a good time. You know, like
Right.
everyone
Right.
can relate to that.
Yeah, they're building off of relatability. They're building off of realism. It is kind of what New Jeans has been doing, but this feels more focused on like, oh, like look at us. We like K-pop just like you guys. You know what I mean? Like that's the layer I'm getting here. I kind of said it like I was kind of like parodying them. That's not what I was trying to do. I think it's really cool. Because even to me, I'm not their target demographic anymore. Let's be honest. I'm not 17. I'm not in high school. I'm not sneaking out anymore because I live by myself. If I sneak out, that's kind of weird.
You're just going out. You're just going out.
Leaving, yeah.
Usually.
But I'm still able to relate to it because it reminds me of my childhood and the way I grew up. And I'm sure it, is relatable to a degree for a lot of people in Korea right now or in Japan or like, if you live with your parents, you gotta sneak out. That's what happens, right?
Yeah.
And
it's good.
Yeah, I feel like it's gotta work. There's no way it's not gonna work. Because on the other hand, you have I'm not gonna name names, but you got people going into rando names like planes over here with like a fantasy snake monster that they're trying to fight with like an AI.
I mean, what's more relatable? I'm gonna sneak out and hang out with my friends, or oh my god, we gotta fight a massive snake in the metaverse. Like, what's more relatable, guys?
It comes down to like which kind of anime do you prefer? Do you watch Attack on Titan or do you watch K-On? Like which one's up your alley? You know what I mean?
No, man, you gotta be more up to date. Bo Fury is the one that people are talking about these days.
Okay.
Oh no, not Bo Fury. Bochi the Rock.
All right,
That's
it's
the current-
either Bocchi the
Bochi
Rock or Chainsaw Man. Which one do you prefer?
Not Bo Fury. Bo Fury's about a girl in an MMO. What am I
Bocchi the
talking
Rock.
about?
Bocchi the Rock. Anyway,
Bochi the Rock is the current the current rock girls, high school girls anime.
Oh.
Yeah, super
Did not know
popular.
this.
Yeah, K. I outed myself with how old of a weeb I am by saying K on there. Look, I think Rising's really cool. One thing I really liked about it is this vocal loop that's like present throughout almost the entire track with like the la 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 la, that thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was really, really cool because like when you inherently hear that, that's kind of in this like minor progression. But then you add all the chords in, and that feels a lot more poppy and a lot more energetic and like almost major in a way. And that's really, really fun. That's really, really fun. And in the beginning and in the end, there's like two different. It's a very consistent mood, but it's a different take on the mood, if you will, right? Like in the beginning, it feels like it's mirroring the music video where like the girls are in like black hoodies, black jackets, right? They're like kind of hiding and sleeping in the back of the bus. But at the end, they're like they've walked up the stairs into the forbidden area of the apartment that they're in, I assume.
During the sunrise.
Right, they're watching the sunrise.
Morning.
And like it's a completely different vibe, yet you're carrying out the same elements throughout the entire video.
Yeah.
And
it's
that's
a
really
whole
cool.
storyline. It's like we're gonna sneak out with my friends. I'm gonna go practice my K-pops.
Right.
I'm gonna go outside and do a K-pop flash mob type or busk doing some K-pop, which a lot of these teenagers do in Korea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to a show which has a lot of the K-pop idols I like, and I'm gonna see them in myself. Right?
That's what I loved. I loved
And then
that
we're
part
gonna
of the
spend
music
up
video.
all night having a good time. We're going to the convenience store, eat some ramen at 3 a.m. You know?
Okay,
And then
they were creating a huge mess at the convenience store. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
And then they're gonna eat pizza and watch K-pop, right?
Yeah.
And then they're gonna in the early morning they're gonna instead of like we would just go to McDonald's at 6 in the morning, but they're gonna go up to the roof and have a nice moment with the sunrise, and then they're gonna sleep in the bus because crap, we got school today. We gotta go to school still, you know?
That's what he used to do. That's what he used to do in Doug's apartment.
I never did that actually.
We sat there and watched K-pop music videos from 2014.
Oh
remember?
no, we did. We did that.
I'm sure we ate pizza at one point. Like I'm sure it was either that or B-dubs.
No, we ate a lot of nachos or tortilla chips.
That too, yeah.
There was a lot of tortilla chips. I used to do all-nighters and then we end up at McDonald's in the morning. And God, it was tiring. Good times.
Good times. See? We're relating to it. We're doing exactly what they wanted us to do. Look at us. I'm proud of us.
So this is run by Madhouse, which the main creative guy behind all this is Jaden Jung, former the Luna guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
As we know him. They're doing a good job here. There's something here. There's something special about this. Like I ain't gonna say that Luna's lost the magic, but the pre-debut Luna to Luna in post-debut were two different monsters. I think. This gives off vibes to me of the pre-debut Luna stuff for some reason, which obviously because Jaden ran it, right?
So the producers of the track is Monotree.
Yep. Okay. Monotree.
Yeah, as a
They've done
team,
so much of the Luna stuff. Yeah.
They've done a lot of Luna stuff. They've done a lot of like Red Velvet, SM stuff. They do a lot of cool stuff overall. Like some of the stuff they've done, I'm not a fan of, like OOO for instance. But on the other hand, they've been putting out good music, like pretty trendy, clean stuff. And I feel like so far it's working.
I don't know if I agree with the entire tripleS the business strategy behind the group, where it's like an NFT group and the NFT holders get to make some of the decisions.
Yeah.
And like it kind of feels like, I'm gonna be real honest. So there's been like I'm not gonna call it gigantic controversy, but there's been minor controversies behind the scenes with the Madhouse people themselves, where it kind of feels like it's Jaden and a bunch of crypto bros are running the company. And like there was an incident last week where they were selling albums in order to do the lottery thing, where if you win, you get to go to the concert, right? You know how that is in K-pop,
as a VIP
fan
backstage
meet or whatever thing.
Yeah.
And so certain people who are really into tripleS bought a ton of albums. But then after that buying phase was over, they released more spots to the concert. So the people in the first batch were like, "What the F? I spent all this money," you know?
Yeah.
And then one of the I think they called it a COO. One of the CEOs on the Discord like was a little bit like too straightforward. Some people were calling him a little bit rude with some of the people who were complaining.
He was rude. I'll be honest. I read the chat. He was a little rude.
So he was a little rude, and then people were like, "What the F? Like we're the consumer and we're supporting the group, but you don't treat us nicely." So Jaden had to @ everyone on their Discord server and apologize and say this person was removed. Like,
dang.
Yeah, I've never seen that kind of thing happen with like some of these other K-pop companies. Right?
Jaden tagged me. He wanted to talk to me, Mr. Jaden Jung.
Yeah, so there's like things like that happens with this group because it's like in new territory.
Yeah, I mean,
So I don't know if that's just growing pains. We'll have to see if that's a reoccurring type problem. But like, it's food for thought at the end of the day.
I don't. I've seen a fraction of their fandom like complain that like the company is kind of confused because they're new. I mean, you know, I mean at the same time they're a company. I'm sure they'll figure it out. They're not gonna just keep making the same mistakes. They're there to make money. I'm sure they'll do a decent job of it. On the other hand,
NFTs are so out of style though. Like
that's what I was gonna say.
You remember in late 2021, most of 2022, retail investing was like the big thing. Robinhood, everyone was in the Jushik stocks and investments and NFTs and crypto. And because the economy kind of went in the shitter after there was things leading up to it, but also the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and the economy went to shit a little bit.
Yeah.
The whole retail investment scene, crypto, NFTs is all in the mud right now. You know, so
it's not a hot stuff right now.
When a dozen eggs is costing $8 for some people, it's like people don't got time to be buying NFTs, right? So,
yeah. I think, well, in their defense, and I'm not saying I agree with this. They're saying there's a difference between like stuff like the Bored Ape NFTs.
Bored Ape, yep.
Right. That's purely arts, purely creative NFTs, right? This one they're saying there's a utilitarian value where you can vote to make certain decisions about the group. For instance, during the earlier weeks of December, they had their own World Cup where you can vote to choose the title track.
I don't know about how the economics of this group work, but is there a finite amount of these NFTs that they will never add more to?
I believe that is not the case. I believe they're doing like batch releases as far as
if you release more, it devalues what I bought though, technically.
Yeah,
right?
See, this is where I don't understand.
Let's say initial batch there was 100 NFTs, which means if I vote, I have 1% of control of or in certain voting situations, right? And then let's say over time they release 900 more. I lost, like, my power has decreased 90%, right? Of my NFT. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not saying I know all the details about how they're using NFTs to make decisions, but what I will say is it really doesn't feel like they need blockchain to figure out who's voting for what. Like, I can do a Google Drive forms and do World Cups on my own. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they probably just like write your ID code so we can verify it's you, and then vote. Right.
Yeah, like this isn't the timber market where you're tracking where timber is going throughout the entire world to make paper at the end of the day. Blockchain is useful there. Don't get me wrong.
It's an interesting concept because I know Espo was approaching NFTs and approaching metaverse, but there hasn't been a extreme commitment to it.
No.
This seems pretty committed, so I would like to see how this will play out.
It really feels like tech in the last couple months has moved on from NFTs to AI.
I think AI is a way better point because, okay, let's make an aside here. I think the metaverse is not going to work in the long run because I think the inherent problem is no one wants to put a big old VR thing on your head for a long time.
It's just not as accessible.
I think that AR, where you put on a piece of glasses and I could see things, right, projected, I think that is more plausible in the future, where I wear a contact or I don't want to say Google Glass because that failed, but that kind of thing is way more approachable to me than like I gotta sit in my room with the VR headset on, right? Like, so we'll have to see how all this kind of plays into the future because these are hot commodities. But as Warren's saying, AI is the current hot topic. That's all. Like, I see so much AI art these days, and you can start to tell what it looks like.
Chat GPT.
Always gotta look at their hands. They got funky fingers.
People are using AI to like play like for all these fun applications. Like, I saw there's a game called Trackmania where they race cars on go-kart tracks, and they had AI make the track. Like, or I saw people using AI because AI chess bots is a real big thing as well.
Yep. Yeah.
I think the moment like VR took a huge downturn was like when you guys remember that video game that got released, like and this was like a VR RPG, like immersive RPG, and like people like logged in on release date and they couldn't log out, and they were like just like fully stuck in. And like
yeah. I think it was called like Sword Art Online.
I think so. Yeah. They're like fully stuck in there right now. Like they apparently die and you die. And,
there's this one girl named Asuna, right, who's just kind of stuck in the game, but she's really good at it.
Yeah, and there's this guy called Kirito who's apparently really good.
Right,
yeah, but he's a cheater apparently.
So yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do
Yeah.
about these kids who are stuck in this VR game. But, Mom, this is not a real thing. This is not real. This is a video. This is an anime. Okay, it's not real. It's not real. Okay.
Disclaimer.
I don't want to be like asked. Is this?
In the show though, like it's like year 2022 or like 2023 or something. That's like
Near
yeah.
future.
Yeah.
I just think the whole problem is the VR headsets, which is hard to.
I have one. Honestly,
I have one too. Yeah.
For me, the issue is like it's just heavy.
It's heavy, and I like sweat when I'm. It's not
same.
fun. Like it's cool. The one thing I will say is the certain experiences, or like you watch music videos on their YouTube browser. It's amazing. Like it's fantastic. I'm watching. At least mine is. I'm watching YouTube. It's on like a 400-inch TV, Anita, in 4K, and it's like holy crap! It's amazing.
It's like you're there.
Yeah, it's like you're there, and there's VR experiences and certain things. That's fun. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's practical.
It's not.
Here, you can play with ours when you come over, Anita.
Okay.
Cool.
I think we are good with tripleS Rising. The other big new releases this week included MSG Wannabe M.O.M with Confessing My Love. So that is the group that UJ Suk made on Nonmyo Mohani or Hanging Out With You. So they're a ballad group. They're very successful. J Park released yesterday, and then Limelight had a debut with Honest. The other releases this week. Spice King. Last week, episode 223, New Jeans OMG entered the Hall of Spice, but is not eligible anymore. Second place was 17. BSS. I want to say the right name for what the BSS. Bunsoksoon, right? Yes. 17. Bunsoksoon. Oh, Bunsoksoon. They play second with Fighting. Third place was Twice with Moonlight Sunrise. The new candidates this week are Key with Killer, tripleS with Rising. I have a non-conventional chart here. Third place, I have Key with Killer.
Oh, okay.
Second place, I have tripleS with Rising.
Okay.
And in first place, I got 17 with Fighting.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yes.
That's my chart this week.
I mean, you like the song, right? Like I remember.
Oh, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that song.
I listen to it all the time.
Yes, it was almost the same chart, Doug, for me. So first place, I also had 17. I've been seeing a lot of the live stages because Youngji also has been doing a lot of them as well. And it's so fun to see her also do the choreography and be on stage. They're such great performers. I really feel like it's so nice watching them do the live. Second place, I also have tripleS. I didn't get to mention this earlier, but the one thing that I feel like is something I'm still questioning for the group is the performance aspect. I noticed that they had like a showcase for this song, and with the added amount of members, I felt like there was a lot of choreography where like members perform and then they walk off to the sides, and then another group comes up and then they walk off to the sides. I feel like that's not the best strategy when it comes to like big group performances, especially like talking about 17. I feel like you could
I hate when groups do that.
I feel like you could utilize like a lot of people better on the stage. So I'm hoping that as the group grows, because this is eventually going to be 24, they manage that a little better. But yeah, I still like the song. Third, Twice. Moonlight Sunrise.
Okay.
I'm still listening to it. I feel like it's falling off a little bit.
Still kind of good,
though.
though.
Still around.
Good song.
Still around.
Good song.
Yeah.
To clarify, I believe the concept with tripleS, to add onto that a little bit, they have a group of 24 folks.
Right.
I don't think the intention is to have all 24 folks active at all times.
Right.
I think their approach is kind of like NCTU, where like they're gonna pull in certain folks whenever they want to.
Right.
Not sure if that's a good approach. I'll be very honest.
I just don't like how kids have really long off time then. And
Look, the more I think about it, the more I think this is a little too close to AKB, but that's a different story. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I'm listening. This is music. I'm listening to it on my AirPods, on my speakers, on my edifiers, on my whatevers. And you know what? The song's good. It's well mixed. It's well produced. It's easy. There's no unnecessary bells or whistles. It's just top to bottom. Good song. Good songwriting. Good production. First. Easy peasy.
Ooh.
Didn't have to think.
Number one. Okay.
Some people are complaining that it's like, oh, like there's not enough impact and like there's not a killer moment. You're missing the point. If that's what you're saying, you're missing the point. Get with it. This is 2023. Y'all stuck in 2020 over here with your Black Mambas. That was a little aggressively worded.
That was.
Yeah, I appreciate your. You know, I respect your taste if that's what you're into, because I'm into weird stuff too. Anyways, Rising, good stuff. If you don't like it, understandable. But what is really, really good was Fighting. I think it was a good song too.
Right.
It's on third for me.
Fair.
Fighting.
Fighting.
I do think I'm being a little consistent there. I'm not a huge fan of songs that lean campy. This was in that camp. Pun not intended. But I feel like the more I do a podcast, the more I become a crazy madman. Look, it was good. It was good. And honestly, their positive energy convinced me a little bit. So, if anything, it was not on the chart last week. It's on third place this week. I think that's a positive move up, right? Mm-hmm. Anita, guess what my second song is?
He?
Nah.
Oh.
It's Taeyeon from the ballad we did last week
Oh,
with Nights
right,
into Days.
right.
It's a good ass ballad. It's a really good ass ballad. And I feel like I don't say that often about tracks. In
You
general.
don't?
No.
I'm surprised.
Yeah. Look, I feel like I've had my redemption arc with my battle against stupid ballads. This is clearly not one of them. I feel like the production is really, really solid. I feel like the emotions are there. It's not a song I'm listening to every day, because if I do, I will be very emotionally exhausted. But
you need to be in the right place. Yeah.
yeah, I gotta be a couple shots in. It's gotta be like 3 a.m. or 2.
What?
So yeah, it's a good song. I recommend you get into the mood and like play it, and then you'll be like, I'm so sorry.
I can't do math today. Give me 1 second.
It's okay. I will keep trying.
I can't do math on a daily basis. Yeah.
Well, I messed this up. Okay, Anita, what's your third place song? It was Twice, right?
Correct, but we still have the.
Yeah. No, I know what their vote is. I messed something up here.
All right, look. While you're counting,
I had 17 first. I had tripleS second. I had Key third. Right?
Yeah.
Anita had 17 first. tripleS second. Twice third. Right?
Yeah.
Warren had
tripleS first.
tripleS first. Taeyeon third. Second. 17 third. Right?
Yes, that
and
is
then
true.
Warren, what did Gochu Gang have?
Well, Gochu Gang. Gochu Gang had 3 songs they chose because they voted for multiple songs and we chose the top 3. What I'm trying to say is that with first place they chose tripleS's Rising. Well, you look at that. We share the same taste. It's a good song from a good girl group, so they chose that. Second song they chose was Moonlight Sunrise by Twice. They agree with you, Anita. It's still a good song. It's not falling off apparently. And on third place is 17 BSS with Fighting Again. It's a good song. Good energy.
Okay, I figured it out. Okay, I got all the numbers here. Okay.
Good.
Okay.
All right. First place this week is tripleS with Rising, 16 points.
All right.
Let's go.
Second place this week is 17 BSS with Fighting with 12 points. And in third place is Twice Moonlight Sunrise with 4 points.
Nice.
That is the chart for this
All
week.
right.
Boom.
Nice.
Finally, we're at show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yes, we got first off TXT with Sugar Rush Ride. They won an M Countdown, and I think that's it. M Countdowns, total of 4 wins so far.
Oh, wait. No, Anita, they won Inkigayo.
Inkigayo, that's the one that was missing.
That's them.
All right, so they have total of 4 wins so far. Congrats to them. And then we had NCT 127 with Ayo. They won on Show Champion, Music Bank, and Show Music Core. So they have 3 total wins so far.
Hey, yow! Okay. That wraps up part 1. SojuTalk episode 224. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
SojuTalk Nation, this is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 224, where we talk about the news and events from last week. Okay, guys, we talked about SM Entertainment a little bit last week, right? And the stuff that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was, again, the main topic this week because, boy, has this developed like a spicy drama, right? Like,
Oh boy.
it's crazy stuff happened. We will try our best to go through it, and at the end, we will try to piece it all together into a nice puzzle for you, a nice picture, so you can get an understanding of what's going on. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
This is mostly in chronological order as well. First thing that happened, Kakao Entertainment signed the business agreement with SM Entertainment. Kakao became SM Entertainment's second largest shareholder after purchasing 9.05% of the company. Amidst ongoing restructuring plan, SM recently revealed their SM 3.0 business plans. We talked about that last week, guys, right? The 3.0 thing. Basically, Kakao Entertainment has more or less come in and they're like, we want a part of this. A big portion. 9.05% of the company. So you're probably thinking, Kakao is not even an entertainment company. They're one of the largest chaebols or massive companies in Korea, right? I wonder what's going on here. So that happened.
They do have a Kakao Entertainment unit, though.
Yes, but this is Kakao proper. Let's try to buy it. Okay, next thing. Isuman took legal action against SM Entertainment for illegal acts following the news of Kakao acquiring 9.05% stake in SM Entertainment. It is clearly an illegal act for SM's board of directors to issue new stocks and convertible bonds to a third party, Kakao Entertainment, during a dispute. So Isuman is more or less saying, we're having this ongoing dispute about ownership and what's going on at SM Entertainment, and then you're issuing stock to people while this is happening, right? I don't think that's allowed, more or less. So here we go. It's been long known that there's a managing dispute between the largest shareholder, Isuman, and aligned partners. SM co-CEOs Lee Sung-soo and Tak Young-jun agreed to align partners' proposal without any consultation with Isuman, the largest shareholder. So basically, that is when they announced this 3.0 thing, they didn't even talk to Isuman about it. They just kind of did it.
Right.
Next, it is prohibited for a stock company to issue new stock during a dispute like this, as it may cause disadvantages to existing stockholders, such as a decrease in value of their stock / loss of control over the company. So that is what is going on there. Okay. So that happened. Next thing. SM's official statement to E-Daily regarding Isuman's intention to file a temporary injunction to prevent the issuance of new stocks and convertible bonds. They basically stated, we heard about it through the press, but we don't know about the details about his injunction. So they're like, I don't know, let him do it, right? They.
Okay.
Yeah. So they were basically like, I mean, he's gonna do it. What are we supposed to do? Next thing. Artists under Kakao Entertainment who once entered Weverse are preparing to move to Bubble. Bubble is owned by Dear You, a subsidiary of SM. SM shares are soaring at the moment. So this is more or less saying Kakao bought some shares. Now all of a sudden, all the artists from Kakao Entertainment want to move under SM's Bubble instead of Weverse. So they are consolidating into the SM sphere. It makes sense to do that, honestly, objectively, right?
Yep.
All right.
To pause for a second. Let's pause for a second. With the injunction that Lee Sung-man put in, that also means the 9.05% Kakao wants to purchase. That's not approved yet. They want to purchase it. They
want to purchase it. Yes.
Right. But because there's a lawsuit going on, essentially, they're like, oh, we're going to try to buy it. We don't know if we can. That's the situation we're still in with the Kakao.
Yeah, I think the other major factor is that it's not that they are buying 9.5% from someone specifically. It's more SM is converting things in order to equal 9.5%. That's the big hang up here.
Exactly.
Is that they're converting stocks and bonds to make 9.5% for them. So that is essentially they're turning some of the capital of the company into new stocks to sell them. So it's not like they're just selling them direct stocks.
It's the equivalent of let's print more money so that we have more money to give to this new entity. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's really important information for the things that are about to happen.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, Hybe America acquires Quality Control, home to Lil Baby, Migos, and City Girls in a $300 million deal led by Scooter Braun. So Hybe America. So now there's Migos Sunbae all of a sudden in this sphere.
Wow.
Oh.
Look
City
at
Girl
this photo.
Sunbae.
Look at this photo. Like, what is going on here?
I did not see this coming at all. Can't say that I did.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like technically now BTS is remotely related to Migos. Wow, it's nuts. So that happened. So Hybe was also making moves. Here is the thing that started to happen. There were starting to be whispers of Hybe wanting to get in on this. The Korea Exchange has formally requested that Hybe disclose an official statement on whether it intends to purchase SM Entertainment shares. So there were rumors that Hybe wants to get in on this as well. So like, what the hell is going on? Hybe like released a statement. They're like, we're looking into it. It's an option, as all things are. Is essentially they kept it very vague. But later that day, there was an exclusive report that Hybe has made an offer for 14.8% of SM Entertainment owned by Isuman at 120,000 won per share for a total of 430 billion won. So that's like $400 million, guys. Like 380 to 400 million dollars. In addition, a tender offer will be made on March 4th at the same price to secure an additional 25% of SM Entertainment. So what that is saying is Hybe made an offer to buy Isuman stocks. So that's like 14% of the stocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, they were going to put a tender offer. So a tender offer is, hey, everyone else who owns shares, we will buy your stocks at this really good price from you because we want more percentage.
Mm.
The total purchase price will exceed 700 billion won. So that's like $600 million. It is known that Isuman, together with Chairman Bang, formed a consensus to seek solutions to expand their global businesses together. Analysts are saying that Isuman lost influence over the SM board. Clearly, that has happened. So, Isuman more or less turned the Bang PD. And I was like, hey, I'm losing power, right? My nephew and his friends have formed a team with Kakao Entertainment. And I don't think that's right. I want to team up with you and Hybe in order to take back what is mine. That's essentially what he said. So other things is he turned to here it says he turned to Hybe to sell his stake at a premium. There's a possibility that Kakao will make a tender offer at a higher price than Hybe, and that cannot be ruled out. So more or less, they might start to get in a bidding war for the remaining shares.
God.
So that is what is happening. But what is clear here is that what you have to remember is that Isuman is going to sell directly to Bang PD and to Hybe. It is not that they are making up shares. Isuman is willing to share his personal stake, and he's going to sell it to Bang PD. That's the thing you got to remember here. Boom. Okay. SM Entertainment issued a statement that they will join forces with all of the executives and artists to oppose any hostile takeovers, including Hybe. This is more or less SM Entertainment just fronting here. They're like, we are all united in this front. We will oppose any hostile takeover from Hybe. Is more or less what they're posturing.
Hostile takeover, though.
Yeah, very deliberate wording, I might add. They very clearly called it hostile takeover. That was very literal of what they said. Literal
they said hostile takeover, and they said we are united in a front with our executives and our artists.
We are one family.
Yeah, that's what they said.
We are one family. We oppose.
Shortly after, Hybe did sign the exclusive contract with Isuman to acquire 14.8% of SM Entertainment, and it came to about 335 million USD to do it.
So much money.
300
That is this tweet here and this article. Did you ever expect this to happen?
No.
No.
Did you ever expect Hype to be the largest shareholder of SM Entertainment?
No. Can't
Or-
say that I did.
For a moment, I thought you were gonna say largest shareholder of K-pop, and like that would also be a valid sentence, you know, to a degree. Like if you think about it.
Fair. So the next things that happened. Right here, it became official. Hybe is now the largest shareholder of SM Entertainment after they acquired the shares from Isuman. Insane, right? Absolutely insane.
Insane.
Okay, so here are the additional details. Hybe has the right to purchase the remaining shares of Isuman within 1 year, right? So they didn't purchase all of them; they just purchased more of them. They will also purchase Isuman's private company, which has a stake in the SM brand marketing and a stake in Dream Maker Entertainment. So that's the concert arm of SM Entertainment. So they're going to buy up pretty much all of his assets. Additionally, another article states that to improve the corporate governance, Isuman will relinquish some of the fees that would be owed to him under the sunset clause with like planning. So there's other business stuff going on. Okay.
The like planning, I can provide a little more context if you don't plan to, because that's
keep going.
That's a big part of this, right? So we've talked about this a little bit last year, especially near the end of last year, where it was discovered that Mr. Lee SM has his own little company called Like Productions or Like Planning. They were, the way the contract is set up right now within SM Entertainment, even once he steps out and retires as a producer, as a CEO and all that, he's not CEO anymore, but you get the point. Once he steps off, he still makes profit off of every artist on SM. I don't remember what profit margins were off the top of my head, but the contract was set up that even if he leaves the company, he's still making a lot of money in the background. And that was where a lot of the question marks were being raised, especially with the new leadership, where they were like, you're not doing any work. Why are you getting free money, sir? So that's the background of all this and where Like Planning takes a role in terms of the situation.
Next one. I know this is Korea, so it's not that reliable, but this is just they more or less, there was a release statement, joint statement between Isuman and Bang Chi-hyuk. They were basically buddy here. They're saying like talking about how like we are K-pop, right? Like they're basically saying we are doing this in order to preserve SM Entertainment and what we think is right for K-pop, yada yada yada. That's what they came out and made a big statement saying like we're bros. We are going to save SM Entertainment from where it is going. More or less. Then Lee Sung-soo and oh god, we got a video here. Ad for some reason. Lee Sung-soo and Tak Young-jun, the co-CEOs of SM Entertainment, denounced the Isuman Bang PD move as a hostile acquisition. So they came out with their own statement talking about why it's a hostile thing. They wrote these big words right here talking about how SM 3.0 is the future, yada yada yada. And they talked about the strategic partnership between SM and Kakao is the way forward. All this stuff. So we have two big parties fighting now, right? Hybe and Isuman versus the SM Entertainment new board and Kakao Entertainment. That is the battle we are seeing here.
Big players too.
But we started to see some divisions among the SM Entertainment executive. They came out and said that we are a unified front. It does not appear that it is a unified front. So SM Entertainment producer Yoo Young-jin speaks up on the company's recent internal friction. So if you don't know, Yoo Young-jin is SM Entertainment in terms of the music.
He is the sound.
He is the sound of SM Entertainment. He came out 100% pro Isuman in his statement. He's saying, I respect Isuman. I respect his opinions. I like the way he has built in K-pop. I oppose what SM 3.0 is doing without consulting Isuman. I think that is a big mistake. And he came out, he pooed on the new people. He's so pro Isuman. This is a big thing. He is SM Entertainment in terms of the music. It is this guy.
In terms of music production, he is essentially the guy who's like driving the boat. He is the first man, and Mr. SM has been like the captain. He decides where to go. Yoo Young-jin is the guy driving the whole flipping ship, you know? Like he's the one with the wheel, you know, figuring out which side is north, figuring out how good the wind is and all that.
Navigate.
Yeah. So this means a lot.
Okay. So Hybe's tender offer came in, which basically means they want to buy up the remaining shares. It's going to be active from February 10th to March 1st, and anyone interested in accepting their offer can contact this Samsung Securities, so they're going through a third party here. Align CEO said the tender offer is too low, and HYBE should be making an offer for 100% of the shares, not just 25% of them.
What?
So basically, he's just saying, well, if you guys got money, you should really. He's like saying, if you're gonna offer money, you might as well offer them a crap ton because you guys are so rich. You know, that's what he's doing here.
What's going on?
I mean, who really needs 100% of the company? You just need enough to be in control.
No.
And then people were like pooing on the Kakao guy eventually.
Yeah,
like, this is ridiculous. Next thing, HYBE released an additional statement conveying some of the terms of the stock purchase agreement with Isuman in response to concerns that he's just trying to maintain control. So basically, a lot of people were like, "Is this just Isuman proxy trying to maintain control through HYBE because he has big friends in big places?" And HYBE was like, "Nah, it's not that." So the following terms are what happened. So the first one, Isuman can only produce music outside of Korea for the next 3 years. He is not allowed to hire SM employees or sign contracts with SM artists for the next 3 years. Isuman has delegated all voting rights to HYBE for the 2023 regular meeting, which is going to happen in March, and will actively cooperate in appointing people designated by HYBE to the board of directors. And Isuman's remaining shares can be purchased by HYBE immediately after the approval of the acquisition. The remaining shares by Isuman are not for the purpose of exercising any managing rights. And Isuman has sold all the shares held by him in Dreammaker and SM brand marketing to HYBE and has agreed not to receive any remaining royalties. So Isuman made all of these concessions, and HYBE let people know to prove that this is not Isuman doing anything. This is HYBE doing this all.
Okay.
Because Isuman basically can make no money off of SM. He has no voting rights anymore and all of that. One thing I want to point out here is the SM 2023 regular meeting, right? And it says here, actively cooperate in appointing a person designated by HYBE to the board of directors. HYBE has publicly stated who the two people that they have nominated for the board of directors are. You want to hear this, guys? It is Bang PD himself and Min Hee-jin.
Oh my god.
If y'all don't remember, Min Hee-jin worked at SM for a long time. She did a lot of the concepting and the higher level artistry stuff for the artists. She is now a nominee to be board of directors of her former company.
Good lord. Imagine leaving your company to do your own thing because you're frustrated with that company, and then years later you come back as top dog.
Yeah, you could potentially be the board of directors.
What a narrative. What a narrative.
That is insane.
Yeah.
So that one happened. Next one. Securities gossip sites. So these are like the business insiders. Are all waiting for the injunction ruling. This is the injunction where Isuman was like, yo, you can't be selling portions of the company to give to Kakao, right?
Yep.
If the injunction is upheld, analysts believe Kakao will withdraw entirely. If it is not upheld, then there may be a fight for the managing right. So they're basically saying, if this injunction is successful and they block Kakao from buying parts of SM Entertainment, HYBE is pretty much the big dog now.
Yeah.
There's like no competition here.
Percentage.
There are two serious econ outlets. So these two news sites are basically both stating that Kakao's 200 billion investment is a waste after Isuman sold his shares to HYBE. So they basically said Kakao went into this business deal thinking there would be nothing blocking it or no problems here. And they did not and they think that after Isuman sold his shares to HYBE, they think they're in the weaker position already.
Dang.
I mean, they kind of are.
Even if Kakao wins the injunction, they will have 29% if all the institutional shareholders vote for a line, as they did in last year's general meeting. So they're saying, even if they win the injunction and they get their whatever 9% that they bought, right? And even if everyone votes for them, HYBE could still have 43% of the company.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a move they were not expecting.
Yeah, so that is Isuman's share plus the 25% that they've offered money for to anyone willing to accept it. That's crazy. Okay, so that is what has happened. Here is the summary. SM Civil War. Team OGSM with Isuman and HYBE and Bang PD, right? That is one side. The second side is Team Mr. Chris. So apparently that is Lee Sung-soo's American name.
His English name, yeah.
That is the nephew side. So that is Kakao, Align, and KB, which is a bank, right?
Yep, and we can go into it in a second, but it's essentially an investment asset management kind of thing.
So you have traditional K-pop side, Isuman and Hybe, versus new age business-like approach, Kakao, Align, KB.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what it is.
Yeah, people are saying what this really comes down to is, do people want to keep K-pop run by K-pop people? Or do you want K-pop to be run by these business-like people, is what it is really boiling down to.
Yep.
People from the industry or from outside the industry. Yeah.
On the screen right now is the breakdown of percentages that will happen if the lawsuit goes through versus if the lawsuit doesn't go through. The lawsuit, I'm referring to whether Kakao gets to buy 9.05%
The
or
injunction.
not.
Yeah.
Right, the injunction. If the injunction goes through, Team Chris, aka Team Kakao, is going to own about 18.46% of the company. While Team SM, which is Hybe and Mr. Lee SM, is going to be 16.78%. So Hybe would actually be a little lower. They would need that additional 25%. If the injunction does not go through, Hybe plus Mr. Lee SM, Team SM is going to have 14.54%-ish. That math doesn't add up. But Team Chris is going to have only about 6%. What do you know? So
It's 18.46.
18.54
18.54 is the one you were trying to say.
Okay.
On the top
okay.
right.
I just forgot to update the numbers after the graphics. Yeah, that's essentially what's happening. So whether that injunction goes through or not, that's where the big play is at the end of the day. At this point.
Well, but what that articles have stated is that even if it goes through and Kakao ends up with 18%, right, or Kakao and their conglomerate with 18%, if Hybe is able to buy enough stock, they're still the controlling factor. So they're saying it's not looking too good for the Kakao side.
No.
Very tight.
Yeah.
Very tight.
That's what they're saying. They're saying Kakao might have to overbid Hybe in order to win here. But Hybe has been buying stocks for the last 3 days since the 10th, right? Because they start on the 10th, and Kakao hasn't made any counteroffer or anything like that at the moment.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a sign that they don't know, they're scrambling right now. They don't know what they should do.
I mean,
because if I was a United Kakao front and I think we're in the position of power, I would offer way more money, right, in order to win. But it seems like they're kind of unsure that they can do that. So they might be even hoping it doesn't go through anymore, because then they're off the hook for all this.
Let's go with a little bit of context about Kakao, right? Because Kakao is originally a tech company. They began with Kakao Talk, which is Korea's equivalent of WeChat or Line Chat, whatever. It's their smartphone messaging system, Android, iPhone, all that. In the last decade or so, after making a lot of money off of that, they've expanded crazily into, for instance, the entertainment sector, where they have suddenly bought all these companies, including M.O.M. They have a publishing sector. Not limited to music, but also in other media platforms as well. And this is where Kakao is approaching this more like a business. I mean, this is business for everybody, but I'm not gonna say Kakao has more experience than Hybe in terms of music management, running a music company. Even though they have a lot of companies under their umbrella, such as what's I've part of Starship's definitely a part of Kakao. Yep. But I mean, Hybe on the other hand has been focusing solely on music, right? And I think that's a key part of where the difference is coming from. The other side of this is, regardless of who SM Entertainment ends up with, we're having some sort of semi-monopoly going on.
Correct.
Right? So
Yeah.
let's start with the more obvious one, right? Let's say Team SM, Hybe buys SM Entertainment, and it goes under the SM Hybe umbrella. Okay, a big chunk of the K-pop idol market that we have going on here is gonna be owned by Hybe. Let's be straight up. Like, we already
Super
know
big players.
I
Yeah.
know, like straight up, Hybe already makes a lot of money. A lot of their artists are already the top dogs in this game. Le Sserafim, BTS, TXT, NewJeans.
17.
I don't know why I said it in that order. 17, From S9, all those folks. Hypen, Zico,
Yeah.
because they got KOZ. Quality Control, City Girls, apparently. SM Entertainment obviously has a bunch of artists, musicians under their label that are also wildly
Big
popular.
names.
And regardless of how much money they're actually making, they're they're big players, right?
Yep.
those two under one entity, that's a big red flag in terms of, this monopoly board we're playing. But let's think about it the other way. Let's say SM Entertainment ends up at Kakao Entertainment. Kakao, sure, they dabble in music. They have a bunch of music management.
They're
companies.
not too great at it outside of IU, in my opinion.
I mean, they have Starship. Starship's doing all right these days, right?
No, wait. Okay,
Yeah?
fair.
The thing is, with Kakao, they're much more wide in terms of what they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Variety of stuff, yeah.
Right. They don't have multiple lives, but they own Kakao TV. They have all these film production, media production companies. They have a vast, wide array of access to actors, variety people. And so does SM. SMCNC has been one of the biggest competitors to Kakao in this aspect, where SM has access to very S-tier variety people, like Kang Ho-dong, for instance, Cheo Hyun-moo, for instance. All of the most expensive people in variety, a lot of them are under SM. So it's a different kind of monopoly in terms of a different sector in the media industry, but that's also like a semi-monopoly going on over there.
Yeah.
So, not good for the media industry. Not good. Very, very, very big blaring flag in a very dark reddish color, FFOOO.
As a consumer, though, I would have more faith under the Hive umbrella than I would under the...
Same.
Like, objectively speaking.
I mentioned this on the live stream last week because there was like an emergency live stream, per se, where we talked about this.
Yeah.
Which, if you want to know when those happen, you got to follow us on Twitter and YouTube and all that. But
Discord,
join our Discord. But what I was gonna say is, what are we talking about? Shoot.
Kakao or SM, who would you trust more?
Yeah, what I was saying is Kakao, the way Kakao runs business has not really benefited the cultures they're a part of, in all honesty. In my perspective, that's what I'll say. Let's for instance, let's look at CJ. CJ, they're not a traditional music company, but they have a big stake in the media industry. Well, at least some of the stuff they produce, direct, create, has had a huge influence in our culture. Let's take, for instance, Boys Planet 999. Produce.
Yep.
Produce.
Sure, we like to shit on it for very obvious reasons, and they deserve a lot of that too.
But it's a game changer.
It is a game changer.
It changed.
It's changed the game. It did. And I'm not saying Kakao has not changed anything. They've definitely brought a lot of positive influence, but I'm not going to argue that they have been the game-changing influence in this industry, in the media industry, that's changed up everything that everyone does.
Here's the thing. You have to, if you think of this on a business perspective, right? Isuman has been on top for a long time. His nephew and the other people at the company, the high-ups, got disgruntled with him, right?
Yeah.
So they went behind his back and talked to Align. They talked to Kakao. They basically wanted to have a coup, right? To happen. They wanted a bloodless coup. They wanted to just take... They wanted to just have a bloodless revolution, like William and Mary did in England, right? They wanted to come in, put all their people in place, announce 3.0, no resistance. It just happened. Boom, we're in power. I bet you they did not expect this much resistance from any place.
Oh no,
probably
These
not.
Kakao people must be so angry at Isuman's nephew. I cannot even imagine how much they're yelling at him in the meetings. Can you believe? They're probably screaming at him, right? That you told us it was gonna work out. What is going on here? Could you imagine how crazy that conversation? And he's probably cowering to them, right? Because they're the ones with the money and the power.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
In this situation, he needs them to do what he wants. Oh my! It must be insane to be a part of those conversations.
Well, imagine the thing that everyone's asking is, imagine those family dinner tables where
oh my
hey, where's uncle and our cousin today? Where did they go?
Could you imagine Isuman calling Bang PD and being like, we need to F these people. I am not going down without a fight. I need you to help me. Right? And then Bang PD's like, I respect you a ton. Isuman something need. I'll help you out. For the good of K-pop, right? If you think about it, that's essentially what he's doing. right?
Well,
He's like,
no.
keep K-pop.
No. That's no. There's a big stake in hype for this as well.
I know I'm idealizing
You're putting your glasses are like pink, dude. Like,
oh, yeah, but at the end of the day, this cacao thing, oh my god, they must be so pissed, right?
yeah.
They must be so angry that this might fall through.
The thing
Like,
with
we're gonna look stupid. We're gonna look on the wrong side of this. Yada yada yada. Right? Oh my.
the thing with hype I'm seeing right now is this is like their like last chance to take a stake in this market for them at least, right? Especially with the folks at SMCNC, film production, variety show production, YouTube production, all that. Because like once Kakao and SMCNC are under one umbrella, they're not gonna win. Yeah, it's done for them. They have the monopoly there. So Hive is like struggling because like they actually don't have a thing in it right now. But like if you look at the way they run stuff, I'm sure they're interested. I'm sure they want a piece of that pie. You know,
Bang PD probably sees this as the biggest business opportunity his company's ever had.
Biggest. And at the
Wait,
same time, if it doesn't go through, they're losing out on such a big market. Because Kakao, let's be honest, at this point, apparently the big three is CJ, Hybe, and Kakao. Like,
let's put it this way: imagine you have built this company, and SM was always the top dog, right, for the longest time, and you now have surpassed them in terms of monetary value, and you see the opportunity to consolidate what was once the top dog into your company. It's insane. Like, if you combine Hybe and SM Entertainment together, that's like a 30-40% market share grab, I would assume.
30-40% market share? You sure?
For K-pop.
I'm just gonna say more than that.
Okay, it's crazy. Here's the thing. He's never going to be able to buy JYP because of a pride thing. You know, he was JYP's protege. There's no way it's going to happen. If I'm wrong with this, come back to this video and let me know that I'm an idiot in like 5 years down the line, right?
Wait in 1 week.
I also
now.
don't see YG ever like selling to someone else. You know what I mean? I just can't see
never.
that.
I mean, never say never though.
I ain't never saying never, but I think it's very unlikely. And even with SM, you would have never thought this could happen until, because you gotta get it when they're weak. You know what I mean? When there's turmoil. When companies are stable, they don't get taken over by other people. It just doesn't happen.
Right. A coup d'etat wouldn't happen if...
Exactly. Yeah. So this is the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity where SM is in a weird position. It's crazy. It's gonna happen.
All right. All right. Before we wrap up this section, let's put a pause on the whole business thing, who's owning what part of the company and all that. Because as a music fan, this is where I'm concerned.
Oh no, this is kind of concerning as a music fan though.
Our flag is as red as it gets. It's like YouTube red, you know, just straight red. You know? Having this big chunk of the entire industry, culture, being owned by a single legal entity, that's like a very bad scenario playing out here. Because we're a part of. We do a podcast about K-pop. K-pop is inherently a very business-driven, monetary value-driven culture. I get that, but at the end of the day, what is it? It's a culture. It's a genre. It's something where people make music, dance, have fun, all that crap. And people improve upon it every year because they're competing with each other because they gotta make money. Yeah.
That's the premise.
Here's the issue: you got people under the same entity, same umbrella. People are gonna start competing a little less because at what point do you know what I mean?
It's not feasible to really compete.
No, she's just saying that I think what he's saying is that the competition is what drives people to be better.
Yes.
Right.
Competition is what drives better music, better output, better dance, better music video, whatever. Because everybody's got to win over the other guy, and it's a friendly competition. But once that kind of goes away, we end up in a situation like the ballad industry where you see people doing the same trope over and over and over again because it's basically the same shit. People buy it up. That's
I'm not that doom and gloom on this, to be honest. I'm just excited to see what happens.
I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen, but we're getting closer and closer to that every year right now.
I don't give a crap as long as New Jeans is releasing fire tracks. Boom. Okay. So that is this. Let us know what you think. This is crazy. This could be a drama in like 10 years.
Ooh.
Other things that happen: Big Hit hosting an audition for a new boy group when Big Hit hosts auditions, it means they're gonna release a group sometime in the next 2 years, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's gonna happen between 2005 and 2013.
10-year-olds. Okay.
You could have 10-year-olds auditioning for this. Just
Okay.
letting you know.
Cool.
Oh, God.
Finally, update on the Ravi military thing. It ain't looking good. He's announced in the police report about what they're looking into for avoiding enlistment or changing your enlistment. Ravi's mostly on the hook because he got a level 4 classification. People are saying it's for medical conditions that he didn't actually have. So we had a little bit of help getting a desk job. So we'll have to see what happens there. So that's pretty much the news this week. Let's see what else do I have to say. Next week though, there's a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
On and off Hyojin, Just B, Stacy's also tomorrow. Try
Let's go,
B,
Stacy girls.
Got7, JB, Purple Kiss, TNX, Elast, and The Boys are all in the following week. After the break, we're going to talk about Boys Planet for like 5-10 minutes, and then we are going to do a World Cup based on album covers, which are the best album covers. So we'll be back after the break. 3, 2, 1.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Bagel, Based Mina, Brian, Shadow, Cotton Ball, Delmonic, Ellie, Genki Boy, Goku Mama, Jacob, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, and Jay Parks. Tier, thank you for joining SojuTalk. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, okay. Warren had a really weird intro to this.
What?
I'm a little shocked, but
No,
we
I
are
didn't.
back at it with We're gonna talk about Boys Planet real quick before we get to the World Cup that we have this week. Okay.
Yep.
Anita and I. This is spoilers. If you don't want to know what's going on Boys Planet, just skip ahead. You got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Boys Planet. Anita,
Yeah.
how have you felt about the first 2 episodes of Boys Planet?
Honestly, I feel like it has been following the general expectation of what I saw in Girls Planet 999. Of course, the makeup of the contestants is different this season. It's not 3 major demographics. It's
Koreans versus
and
the
global.
world. Global.
Yeah,
And they're
boy.
really hammering that home as the main thing.
right. They're competing against each other in the show.
It's Korea. It's the peninsula versus the whole world.
I think
Yeah.
that this year there's already been instances of evil editing where one guy's performing and then they do a crowd reaction and the guy's in the audience still.
Oh yeah.
There's
Oh
been
yeah.
a couple instances of that already.
They didn't even try. Oh god.
Yeah. And this year, more than I don't know if it's just because we haven't watched one of these in a hot minute, but the amount of editing favorable editing towards certain candidates has been insane this year,
Oh yeah.
in my opinion.
Like, who? Give me an example.
The main one for me is Hanbin, Hui, Matthew. These kids get so much of the screen time. It's insane.
Is this man
Yeah.
Hanbin?
This is
Yes.
my number 1 kid on the show. He's
Oh.
the kid who's
He's number one.
he's 100% making the final group, unless something comes out and he has to leave the show.
Oh please no.
He a good-looking
no.
boy.
Oh, he's very good looking.
Look at
He's
that.
probably the best dancer on the show.
Look at that face. Very very good-looking boy.
But he has a storyline with the Canadian kid named Matthew,
Matthew
and they were trainees together. He's in the global group, right?
under Cube at some point.
Yeah, they were under Cube at some point. They're buddies, and these 2 kids together, they're always tied on the show,
Oh.
and they're both gonna make this group. 100%.
So it's like a shonen battle, you know, like a rivalry.
No,
it's like
no.
Naruto
Friends,
and Sasuke.
friends
It's
who
friends.
push each other.
It's friends.
It's Naruto and Sasuke. That's what it is.
Yeah, he's
No,
a
that's not.
He's a good looking kid too, right?
He's good
So,
looking
like,
too. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're both very talented, so that's happening. But like, they're clearly pushing certain kids.
Oh yeah,
Of
they
More
always
than-
have, but yeah.
I could name off the top of my head like 6 kids who are gonna make the final group, barring
Already.
like it's Hanbin, Matthew, Hui, the one boys
June.
love actor, yeah,
June, yeah.
and then like probably Jay from America, and there's like a couple other ones, and they like that's already like
Shanghai.
yeah, that's already like 6 to 7 of the group like that they're 100% gonna make.
But who knows? Who knows? I mean, the upcoming episode, spoiler alert again, is gonna be the performance stages, right? So they get a song. They're going against another team with, I think it was the same song as far as what the preview shows. So the typical produce Girls Planet structure, right?
Yep.
Pitting one team against the other, seeing which one wins. I'm excited for it. I feel like it might help alleviate like a lot of the focus on specific people, because you'll see more I don't know. I feel like when it goes to that stage in the show, you actually get to know more of the members, right? I don't know. At least that's what I've noticed. Where like once it gets to the performance stages, I know more of the contestants, and I can.
Yeah,
recognize
they
them.
have an interesting lineup of the trainers this year as well.
Oh,
really?
I'm actually quite satisfied with it. I thought
Oh.
it was appropriate.
Yeah, they have Baek Koo-young, who's a dance coach. He's famous. They have Che Young-jun. Between those two guys, they literally choreographed, I want to say, like 30% of male K-pop songs, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah, between the two of them. Lip J, who's a famous whacker slash dancer who was on Street Woman Fighter.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go,
yeah.
Lip J.
You have Isokun, who is a singing coach, right? Yep, he's a very famous one. He's been a vocal mentor on Produce before, so he's on there. You have Solji from EXID, that
Yep.
guy that's on the screen.
Imanbyul.
Lim Hambyul, and then PH1 is the rap mentor.
What?
Yeah,
What is he
PH1's on here.
I find that funny.
Donmil's lost his job. Remember, it was Donmil's a couple years ago.
Yeah, but PH1 has had like a decent amount of screen time. He's been on the screen.
I mean,
I like his commentary.
look
Yeah,
at
he
him.
is
Look
ve-
at the face. He could also
He has,
be a boy.
he has
group
very
man.
he has very Americanized comments. Like after
Okay.
who he went, he said, "If this guy doesn't get All Star, who is All Star?" like,
Exactly.
he says things like that. Like he's been saying things like
Where
that.
is the bar?
Yeah, he's like, where would the bar be if this guy is
Does
not
he say
on
that
the
in
top
Korean
level?
or English?
In Korean, he said
Korean.
that, but like
Bar
that was the
어딨어요?
translation. Yeah, he's like, if this guy is not an All Star, I don't know who is.
이 사람이 올스타 아니면
Yeah,
어디
yeah.
올스타 어디예요? 아.
So he's had comments like that. Yeah, he's kind of just vibing. He's just kind of there. it's kind of fun.
I can't wait until he actually starts training.
Yeah,
like
some
teaching.
of the rappers. Yeah, but like overall, I think the show's been fine. I don't.
Yeah.
I think they've been really favorable for some people. That's my biggest complaint so far. How the bar hasn't been too
Spread out.
spread out. Bar's just vibing on NamuWiki at the moment.
I'm going through their credits. You know, we got
Yeah.
Pang Min Hyun for the start, the master on the first
Well,
round, and then
They
second episode
don't
was
really have
Sunmi.
a dedicated host this year.
I was confused about that because Sunmi appeared at some point.
Bang Min
And
Hyung
then-
appeared in the first episode. There's no
For a
like
little
straight
bit.
host. Like you know how like Lee Dong-wook was one of the hosts, right? Or
Yeah,
Right.
people
the
like
Planet
that.
Master.
There's no main Planet Master this year. That's kind of interesting.
We'll see.
Wait, is one of the sponsors Genshin Impact?
It is.
Is it? Oh my
Wow.
god, it is.
The sponsors are Genshin, Nerdy, Brits, Plan B Studio, and Joe's Lounge. Joe's Lounge?
Joseph.
What's
Joe's Lounge.
They don't even got a page.
Oh god.
Joe's Lounge. Is,
Yeah, so I've had they did the audition round. They only had I want to say they showed like only like 2 or 3 performances where kids were like bad without redeeming qualities. Like even most of the bad kids they showed had something there, you know, there was like something some kind of like thing to attract you to them. So that was interesting to me. A lot of good kids this year. right, Anita? At least on paper. Another thing I noticed is this year, more than any other year, they made you do the audition 100% live singing with no AR.
Oh.
Yeah,
Which
it
has
was
like never
very
happened
obvious.
before. It's very obvious. So even kids who are like, yeah, he was good at singing. You know, they messed up at certain points, or they were flat at certain points, or they were breathing a lot. But like 100% live without AR in all the rounds so far. So I had never seen that before, so that was pretty cool.
I feel like I think we mentioned this before we started.
The singing is weak this year.
It's weak, but it's very obvious because of the way that they're having them perform, right? Like without the AR, and then in the second episode with the signal song evaluation, the evaluation was done live. Like the judges were there in the room when they were doing it, so it was like very, very much focused on like live. Like this is not pre-recorded. Like you can only get one shot. And I find that very interesting. I feel like, in a sense, I'm kind of, it's good that they're being very strict, so that way you are pushing people to be the best performers they could be. But I feel like it's showing in the lack of expertise for a lot of them.
As someone who's not watching the show, so that means I don't have all the context that these two have.
Right.
What I've noticed over the years of these audition shows, especially with Produce now Something Planet, has been that the vocal levels of these folks keep dropping every year.
It's
an all-time low this year, I think.
Yeah.
But dance-wise,
is very good.
very high.
Look, I mean, that's fine, but like these people, I'm still gonna listen to their music, right? Like I gotta listen to it, you know.
We'll see.
Yeah. So I did a little bit of research. I'm sure if you guys have been watching my screen, you guys know now. One of the sponsors is Joe's Lounge. I looked into what that is.
It's clothing.
It's apparently a pajama company that makes loungewear.
Those are expensive, dude. $100.
$100. Well, they're made of corduroy.
Ew, what?
Okay.
Parts of sleep.
Green corduroy pajama sets.
Who wants to sleep
For
in
me.
corduroy, dude?
That'd be so warm.
I'll be honest, I'll be a little sweaty. You know? But the guy's looking great, I'm not gonna lie. All I'm trying to say is that I imagine at some point there's gonna be a pajama mission somewhere where they
Probably.
I don't know, they do
Slumber
stuff.
party.
Slumber party.
Let's eat pizza.
Oh, more than any year also, there's like the dudes thirsting for other dudes is at an all-time high this season.
Some of the YouTube thumbnails that I was going through earlier, I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
No, like it's interesting. They're like they'll show a really attractive guy, and then one of the guys in the audience, you'll see him say like, "Oh, I might fall in love with him."
Look at that thumbnail.
There you go. Yeah.
Doug, I think you're a great looking man, but I would never do this to your face.
Well, that was one of the big moments of that episode.
Whoa.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. With Kim Ji-woong, right? Yeah. He's one of the favorites to make it.
Well, I'm glad that they're able to sensually hold each other's faces with one hand.
Oh, I like how open they are about all this year. It's a way more liberal show than it typically is, which I like.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. That being said, we're in the title song challenge where they get reevaluated. One thing different that they did this year is it's in front of the live judges. Normally they film it and they show it to them. This year they got to do it live, so a lot of kids are shitting the bed because of that. It's interesting. I have not seen the title song music video, so I don't know who's gonna end up the center. I don't know who the center
Doug,
is.
you know
I
who
don't.
it is.
I don't.
No, but you know.
Well, I don't know. I guess I know.
No, think about it. You know who it is.
It's got to be that person. Even I know now, because you've been telling me
Right?
he's the center of all attention, apparently.
Well, thanks, Anita, for spoiling that. I didn't know he was
That
actually.
was so obvious.
I didn't know. I haven't
Bro,
seen it.
we have like stayed away from spoiling Attack on Titan with you for like 2 years.
I'm sorry.
Anita, do you know what happens in the
Instantly.
last two chapters of Attack on
Stop.
Titan?
I'm just saying that. I mean, I didn't say the name, but I feel like you know.
Okay, well now it's obvious. Oh yeah, that's the top. Zoom in, Warren.
That's the top 9 right now.
Top 9. So Hanbin, Yujin, who they're pushing a lot, but he sucked at this round. He was terrible.
Yeah, it was rough.
He
for-
just
for
sucked?
him,
Okay.
yeah.
He couldn't dance, even though that was the reason he got. That's the reason he got All-Star was his dance. But then he just shit the bed. Like he didn't do terrible, but it wasn't good. He's only 15 though, I believe.
He's so young.
2007, my guy is 2007.
Lauren, go back to the top 9. Go back. Okay, here we go. Jung, who we mentioned, Yubin, he's pushed pretty hard. Matthew, Hui is in 6th. Jang Hao, he's very good. Jay is in 8th. He's the American guy, and Dao. So yeah, all of these guys got a decent amount of screen time. Sure.
Very different side note. Hui over here, Patek, my boy.
Yeah.
He looking like Sleepy. You guys know Sleepy the rapper? Like
Yeah.
Does oh my god. Oh
for
my
a long
God.
while, I saw the picture first, and I was like, "What is Sleepy doing here?" Like,
Boys Planet. Yo, they
little
should put
too old,
yo
like-
Swings is joining Boys Planet next year, guys.
That's a different show now.
Imagine if Swings was the rap coach, how much he'd yell at these kids.
Oh my god.
he's a nice man. I think.
okay.
I don't know.
The one dance teacher has always been an asshole though. I which one is it?
소야, 아이돌이 하고 싶어?
No, not her, not
Oh,
Bae
not her.
Jung, but there's his dance name is Mihawk. But
yeah,
he's
yeah.
Mihawk.
It's Peck. What's his first name?
Baekjeong, the vocalist of Korea.
No.
B-
go back to the judges.
They're
and
not here.
Ooh,
I don't see him.
Dance master. No. Baek Young.
Baekjeong.
Baekjeong, yeah.
Yeah, he's known as Mihawk. Yeah.
Oh,
He
Yeah.
came out in previous seasons and was just a straight asshole. Like, it was during the X1 season. I remember, right, Anita? He came out as a one-round judge, and he, like, didn't shave that day, so he had, like, a beard like, a little bit of, like, 5 o'clock shadow going on. He was just a straight-up asshole to the kids.
like a man.
And
What a
he's
lad.
still a bit of a prick to them, but it's like, you know, he's doing his job, but he's, like, the tough coach. He's a very tough teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really liked him. I still don't. Just wanted to
Well,
put that out there.
people like to cringe at Hanbyul, right? The 1-star guy.
Yeah, he's a little bit cringy with
Yeah.
his comments. Yeah.
I
But- so that's Boys Planet. Lauren, do we need a break before the World Cup?
No, we can dive right in.
All right,
Let's
let's
go.
go to the World Cup for this week.
All
What is
right.
it?
Today's World Cup is best K-pop cover art. I say best. We're not really picking the best here. We chose 16 songs that people really liked last year, and we looked at their cover arts for their albums, and we were like, hey, which one is the best cover art? Which one looks the best? Which one has the best design aesthetics? Which one pleases your eye the most? And that's what we will be deciding today between the 16 we have. These are mostly from the World Cups we did last year. So that's the K-pop World Cup and the K-pop Boys Group World Cup that we did on Discord /year. So nothing from this year yet, but yeah, we're just gonna pick the best cover art that we like. For the audio folks, this is obviously a very visual thing that we're doing. But I mean, if you're on Spotify, if you're on your phone, you can just
You
look
can
up
look it up.
Yeah, just look up the cover art as you go.
I'm a type of person who thinks any square picture could be a cover art. By the way, so I just continue.
Politically correct
Well,
picture, though.
I am a designer. I have been designing for my entire life ever since I was in my mother's womb.
Keep going. I'll give you my caveman opinions about these.
I have been. We're gonna start. All right, first round. We have 16 cover arts. First round is Afterlife versus the Collective Soul and Unconscious Chapter 1.
So that's Billy versus Ive, right?
Billy versus Ive. Yeah.
You gotta give it to Billy here. I don't like that Ive lime green.
Oh, but see,
Bullshit.
I like the composition of Afterlife.
I'm gonna come at you with undisputable design facts and knowledge here, because I have a very big problem with the cover art to the Collective Soul and Unconscious Chapter 1.
Okay, why?
Can you guys read the text, the white text?
No, it's kind
No.
of tough.
It's
Kind of
not
tough.
very- but then you look at Afterlife.
Strong contrast, very readable.
read it
My mom
so
could
well.
read
Well,
it.
I can't really read the like part, dude. What is going on here? They cut off some of it.
Well, look, my mom's gonna look at the cover art to Billy and she's going, what's written here? I can't. What is this? She's gonna do one of these.
So you guys like the Afterlife album art?
Yeah,
I
it's
do.
minimal. It's clean. I like how bold it is.
I don't like that
the
color,
colors.
dude. I don't like neons.
See, okay, I feel like the color could be better, but maybe I'm a little biased because this cover art reminds me of a cover that TVXQ did a while ago where it was like bright yellow and like
What is it
black. Oh, I can't remember.
called? TVXQ.
It was one of the first couple ones. It might have been their second or third album.
I'm gonna need a name, Anita. I'm gonna need a name.
Um,
Because I'm looking at their
it's
list
not
right now.
Keep Your-
Nothing
is
quite
it
looks
Keep
like
Your
it.
Head Down? Oh no, there it is.
Which
The
one? Catch
yellow
Me?
one? Catch Me. It must have been Catch Me. It reminds me of that contrast.
Oh, I could see that.
I can kind of see that. Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that.
Um,
Okay, I guess after like goddamn wins.
it's a pretty shade of
That's my
green.
vote.
No, it's not. That's an offensive shade of green.
I like how bold it is.
Our SojuTalk green is a nice shade of green.
Is it? Thank you. I chose it.
That
Yes,
is good.
yes.
Thank you,
This
appreciate it.
after like bullshit is like nuclear active.
All right, Afterlife takes the win. Moving on to the second round, we have TXT's Minisode 2 Minisode 2 Thursday Child versus Kepler's Do Blast or Dub Blast. I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't like the Kepler album cover.
Why not? Why not?
It's weird. Weird.
I kind of like it more.
I actually like both of these. What I do like about the TXT cover arts, like this is not just applicable to this one, but like overall is like there's like they do a thing with their cover arts. You know what I mean? Like
It looks okay. The TXT one looks a little too similar to Green Day American Idiot.
That's what I thought too.
okay, yeah,
But
actually
that's
you got a
also
point.
was that also the vibe they were going for this comeback?
They
Look,
were.
look,
Remember.
even the text is similar to the American Idiot text, where there's like splotches missing. Wow, it's clearly inspired by that.
Yeah.
Here, let me pull up a image.
I'm feeling the Kepler one though. It feels very much what the song, the title track was.
Right? It's clearly similar.
Some vibes.
That's a vibe. I mean,
It's a vibe.
what I do enjoy about the TXT cover arts is that there's a level of like continuity between their cover arts.
Is there?
That's
Okay,
true.
cool.
Yeah.
Look it up. Yeah, they're all like they began as like plus signs because that's what they're going for.
Oh, I see what they're doing.
Yeah, and then eventually it
Oh,
became this like X thing, you know?
The X.
Because they went apparently they went bad. They're bad boys
You like
now.
this Kepler one? Well, what is even going on in this?
Look at that, yeah. With the Kepler one?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this skeuomorphic dub blast bubble writing on top of this
Looks
strange
like a bunch of jelly,
gradient.
like clear jellies.
I like how it looks though. I think the vibe
Cool.
reflected the single of that album.
What I will say is that my mom's gonna look at that and she's go, what's written here? Are there letters or are these bubbles?
Okay, that
I
is an
can't
argument.
tell."
Do
It's
Blast
not-
looks like you randomly sneezed on the floor, and that's what Do Blast did.
No.
Oh man. I
It is
can't
a little
unsee
hard
that.
to read though, especially at the bottom.
So
with the
okay.
yellow.
This is essentially American Idiot versus Boogers. I think I'll choose
Yeah.
American
No.
Idiot.
I like the TXT one more.
All
I think
right.
it's more fun.
TXT wins. Minnesota 2 wins the round. Moving on to round 3 with New Jeans' first EP, New Jeans
Oh.
versus
Okay.
Imnayon's Imnayon.
Oh, I like both of these.
I have a strong preference because of what has happened to this cover art. Right? So the New Jeans
the bunny.
album cover, the bunny,
Yeah.
it has been so the way that it's recreated in a lot of the remixes is so fun. I like how anybody who does a remix just does a different version of the bunny,
Yeah, they put like hats on the thing. and,
Yes.
like they'll give it like shades and like
depending on the genre. And I think that's so. That just feels like so it means that you recognize it, like
Oh.
it's something that
Did-
is associated with the group so strongly.
Did you know the New Jeans bunny is rollerblading or roller skating in the actual photo?
Yeah, that was their
Oh.
teaser back in the day.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. A lot of people don't realize that. The Nyan one is just Nyan, which is pleasant. It's because it's Nyan.
Nice. It is nice.
There's
but
two bunnies on this screen.
Oh, it's the Bunny Derby. It's the Derby of the year, apparently. There was a bunch of people who were saying that the rabbit's kind of creepy looking.
No, it's cute.
I saw a TikTok today of some guy getting it as a tattoo.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'm not sure if I'd do that.
It has a vintage look to it too, like an old school illustration.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like it looks nice.
I just
I
feel
like
like this bunny's gonna end up being very iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're playing
That's
into
what I
the Y2K aesthetic. My question is, right, because they've used the bunny for like all the releases so far, right?
Yeah.
They made it red and then they inverted it to be black. Are they gonna keep doing that for the next release too?
They
'Cause,
should.
like,
They should forever.
I feel like it's gonna be prevalent in the releases, but it's not gonna be the exact same image.
I think they should because for me, the first New Jeans stuff, it feels blue, like denim color. Like, you know, like you could do a color
Right.
association over time with this stuff. OMG does feel black. You think about it. The whole music video and everything.
it's very dark if you think
Dark.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Ditto was
And
meant to be
Ditto is the tracksuits that they were wearing in the gym.
well, I think it's red because it's Christmas,
Oh,
That too.
and it was like a holiday release. Well, I
was
think
the
that could
color
work
of their
too.
sweatsuits actually that red? Let me look this up.
I'm
Pretty
not
sure it was
sure.
in the school thing.
Well, I read the interview and she said it's a holiday release. It's like a gift, holiday gift thing that they're doing. So I win, you lose. I think you got a good
My
point. Though.
vote.
Oh no, they were wearing
vote.
white tracksuits. I'm completely off there.
Get out!
Never mind.
Get out! I vote New Jeans as well.
Yeah, New
Same,
Jeans.
same,
This is
same.
an iconic.
All right, New Jeans takes the win. We're moving on to round 4. We have Treasures, the second step, chapter 1 versus the Seraphims, Anti-Fragile.
I really like the anti-fragile cover art. It was like I remember liking it the second it came out.
What do you enjoy about it? What drives you to like the cover art?
Gold on white or gold on black. I just like the aesthetic.
Oh, okay.
very minimalist.
You're a gold person.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna make it hard for Anita to say I like the Treasure cover art more. It's actually very similar in aesthetic to our brand right now.
I was about to say the
Yeah.
green is not that far off.
It's the green. I mean, we don't have the bluish, but it's kind of green. The noise is there. It's gradient. If you look at the bottom right corner, there's rectangles with these little funky elements. We got some of those on our things, you know. The font's a little different,
I see
but
that.
I just feel like the messaging of the anti-fragile cover is nice. It's showing that I may have my cracks, but it's held together by gold. I'm anti-fragile. That's what it's saying.
What I did like about, I guess all of Hype is doing this, but what I did like about their cover art too with Anti-Fragile was that the placement of the text and the font it's written in is
It's
nice,
nice.
fearless.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have
That's good
consistency.
They do.
continuity.
I guess I'd be happy with an Anti-Fragile win too. You know, it's a nice cover art. It's very simple to the point. I'm not a fan
I
of
just
gold.
feel
but-
like the anti-fragile cover is like personifying the song. That's what.
So you're saying that the B-sides don't matter?
No, title track's the only thing that matters, in my opinion. Be odd.
God damn.
I feel like for me, Anti-Fragile, I like the message, right? The crack,
Yeah.
the split, right?
Yes.
There's something about the placement of it that feels a little unbalanced to me. Like the way that the crack is placed.
Well, it's
in
a
the
style of
square.
art, kintsugi.
Right, yeah. No, I recognize the reference. I just feel like the way the crack is placed in the album, like going diagonal from left to right, and then it splits. I don't know. It just feels a little unbalanced to me.
A distorted Jordan, if you look sideways. Look like Jordan. Yeah.
I
But
mean,
and the opposite is with Treasure. It's very balanced.
I don't know. They're definitely going for more like a deconstructed look,
It's
an
like a
unbalanced
pulse.
look.
It's like a pulse for the treasure one, right?
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
I like the lettering in the Treasure
What was the
one,
song
too.
for this one?
Darari. Which was that was a B-side, but what was the title track there?
Jin.
Yeah, Jikjin.
They made such a big mistake by not making that the title track.
I agree.
Wait, you know what really bugs me about the album? I guess more about the album title. This the second step, chapter 1. It's part 1 of 2. You know what I mean? Like this is like
Part 1 of
This part 1 of phase 2 is basically what they're saying.
yeah. It's like y'all couldn't think of a more creative name, like out the box or something, like straight into your box. You know, cause their treasure box. I don't know, like
Oh.
YG hire me.
All right, I guess treasure wins then.
Is that what happened?
Well, needed, right?
I think I'm gonna go with Treasure.
All right, Treasure wins the game. They have the treasure in their box, and they move on to next round. Round 5. is I Envy You by Taeyeon versus Forever One by Girl Generation.
Well, you gotta pick Taeyeon. Look at this photo, guys.
I like the composition of
Look
that
at this
photo.
Taeyeon photo.
That's a
You
good
gotta
photo.
pick Taeyeon here. What the?
I like the color scheme too, like with the hair and the dress and the back.
That would be a great poster on a wall, right?
Ooh.
That Taeyeon one.
Yeah. Oh, I do like. I feel like the Girl Generation is very tried and true. You know, like
That's very on brand. Which
Yeah.
I've never liked the branding to be. I think it's a little too much.
The double G's.
It is
Oh,
Taeyeon
but
one.
the
It looks like
IMU.
it looks the cover of like Harper's Bazaar.
Ooh. Yeah, I think we're
We
pretty.
all agree,
decent.
right? That's a
Yeah,
fantastic Taeyeon cover.
Moving on to I Envy You. Easy peasy. All right.
Easy peasy.
Next round, round 6, we have Ives Love Dive versus Twice's Between 1 and 2.
Ooh.
okay.
See, I like the love dive because it feels like it's love diving, you know? The
What?
vibes of the font. Feels like it's
Okay.
going down.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay.
Between 1 and 2.
The one. Okay,
Mm.
but in the Love Dive album cover art, the lettering in the bottom left.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like
Why
it.
is it like? Is
Why is
that
it like
actually
that?
how it's printed?
Wait, what do you mean? What do you have a problem with? I don't understand.
Like the part where it's like the second single album Love Dive in the bottom left corner.
Bottom left corner. Yeah.
That's where it's placed on the album, overlapping the D.
Yeah, the track list is written on top of the D. What's wrong with that?
That doesn't.
Anita, look over at Between 1 and 2 and all the letters are placed on top of each other.
No. But I'm saying that it's a different level of heading, right? So like the top heading is supposed to be Love Dive, but then you have the second heading, which is the detailed information of the album. It's
Yeah.
overlapping the first. I don't know. It feels a little cluttered.
Let's be honest. Nobody's looking at the cover art to read the track list.
Fair.
It's
fair.
a stylistic choice.
Right.
Let's
So
be
then why
honest.
put it over the title?
To
of the album?
create a Z level index elevation, we got letters on top of letters. They look cool when you overlap
my
them.
issue with the Twice cover is that where you cut out letters and stuff, it's mostly like the trope is I kidnapped you. Here's the ransom note, right? Like
Yeah, but
that's the problem I have with it.
I interpret it differently because the vibe that I was getting was very like teen movie, right?
Yeah?
That's what I thought
High teen.
was going on with the lettering, which I think is fine with the
but
concept.
like when during high school did you cut out individual letters to like create a composition of words?
I mean, not like that.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I haven't participated in any ransoms, but at the same time, like, the logical statement is there.
Well, here's the thing. Between 1 and 2, the actual meaning of Between 1 and 2 is the relationship between Twice and their fandom, right?
Right,
That's,
right.
That's obviously what that means.
So is Twice
Um,
holding their fandom ransom? Is what you're saying?
No.
Apparently, I just think the Love Dive one's better. Like, I love the color they chose to. That
I
feels
like-
nice.
Yeah, same. I like the vintage noise on it. It looks like it's like ink printed. That's
This
all
is
cool
so much
stuff.
better than the Afterlike one. in my
I would choose it, except that I don't like that lettering on top of
Whatever,
each other.
Anita, you have been overruled.
Bad news for you, buddy. Love Dive is moving on to the next round. Round 7. We have Red Velvet's The Reveille Festival 2022 Feel My Rhythm versus Stray Kids Ordinary.
See, Ordinary makes sense because they did the song where they had the Frankenstein choreo, you know? Ooh.
Well, Red Velvet also makes sense, right? Because they had a lot of
The
inspiration
yeah,
from like
yeah.
garden and art,
I think from an artistic perspective, I like the Feel My Rhythm more because it
Same.
reminds me of the photos of that surrealist. I don't know which type of paintings it was. I don't know art. But
Right.
Cool.
No,
Art.
yeah, we did a whole deep dive into that.
We did a whole love dive into there.
Baroque music, yes, that kind of stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
Feel my rhythm. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of feel the same way. I still like the Stray Kids cover art. It's like very clear what they're going for, especially with the whole nuts and bolts on the head thing. Although now that I'm looking at it, this guy's the guy in the background, the head, it's got like a mustache.
Impressionism, right?
Oh, there
That's
you go.
it. There
That's
we
the
go.
big boy words.
Yeah, I Feel My Rhythm wins.
All right, Feel My Rhythm wins.
It just wins. I feel like
At round 8, we got Smiley by Yena versus We Need Love by Stacy.
Ooh.
This was the one with a beautiful monster, for context.
Oh, see, I didn't see this album cover.
I would rather pick the Stiana album. I think the Stacey one has too much going on.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the Stacy album, but I don't like that it's so hard to read.
If they had just done,
what is it? Green orange, green red.
if they had just done the We Need Love, and then under it was Stacy in like black, right, in a similar setting,
Or
it would have been fine.
Yeah, that's like, isn't that problematic for color blindness too? Like if you have...
It must be, right?
Yep. It's
It has to
very
be.
specifically bad for them, especially with red green colorblind people.
Why'd they do that?
Yeah.
Why'd they do
I don't
that?
understand. Honestly, okay, here's the thing, right? It looks like they were going for the whole embroidery look, right? Like, if you look at We Need Love, those texts, like, that looks like it's like embroidery on like a hoodie or like a
looks
hat or
nice.
something. Yeah, that part's cool. And then suddenly they pull out all these rando colors. And they're like, oh, look at that.
Yeah, I like the idea, but not the execution.
The yellow one's just kind of playful and fun.
That
makes
does
sense.
capture like the vibe of the song, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Smiley takes the win.
nice shade of purple as well.
This is a very good color combo. I use this for my personal projects a lot.
That's why the Minnesota Vikings have nice colors. The purple and yellow works.
Ooh.
All right, we got New Jeans versus the Breve Festival 2022 Film Rhythm.
I am still going to pick the New Jeans one because I think it is going to go down as a very iconic album
Me
cover
too.
on the line.
I agree.
Here's where I think New Jeans takes the win. Like, even with the iconicness outside of it, you know what I mean? Like, let's say I'm playing these songs. I'm playing a song called Feel My Rhythm, and I'm listening to a song called Attention, you know? I'm probably going to listen to it on my phone while I'm walking around. I got my AirPods on. I pull down my screen. There's a little tiny square on my lock screen that plays, that has the cover art on it. You know what I mean? I know what the rabbit is because the rabbit's gigantic, and I can kind of read WJNS too, right?
Yeah.
But like, when the Red Velvet Festival cover art is that tiny, I have no idea what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, it's like kind of blue, kind of green. I didn't even realize there's the actual Red Velvet members on the fucking cover art until now.
Oh yeah, they're hard to see.
Yeah. Like,
There's a lot going on.
Did you notice there's a green teddy bear on the bottom left corner?
I just noticed that too on the left.
Yeah. There's like mushrooms on the bottom right. What do you know?
Yeah, let's pick New Jeans.
There you go.
New Jeans moves on to the next round. Round 2 of the quarterfinals. We have
INVU.
Smiley versus INVU.
It has to be the Taeyeon album cover.
I envy you. Yeah.
That's one of the best
That's a
photos
great
of
cover.
Taeyeon like ever. Like, that is such a good photo of Taeyeon.
I just
Am I wrong?
realized realized they both have their fingers on their mouths.
Apparently.
They're
Another thing
reflections.
about Taeyeon, if you've actually looked it up, she has actually a ton of tiny tattoos all over her body.
She does.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
She's an absolute she's like over 10 of them.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know she has that many.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I agree. INVU is taking the win here.
Wait, this is gonna be hard.
Round 3, we have The Second Step, Chapter 1 from Treasure versus Love Dive by Ive.
Love Dive.
I'm gonna choose Love Dive here too.
I just love the way they
Bothered
block
by that text.
What's wrong with putting overlapping text?
I think
I feel like
I think that this Treasure album cover is actually just kind of basic. They just kind of made a blip. Two colors.
Okay, I'll be honest. It is kind of basic.
Right?
It's a very popular trend. I'll be honest.
They just made a blip.
Yeah. We'll put aside everything else about it. The Love Dive thing, what I did like about it is like, you know how it says like Love Dive in white except for Ive at the bottom with like black?
Oh,
you know?
that's clever, yeah.
Yeah, you just admitted it, Anita.
But, like,
it's clever.
But like, honestly, the cover art would be perfect if they just placed that text somewhere. Like, I don't know, just it doesn't.
That's
it
too boring.
bothers
That's too
me.
vanilla. You gotta be an edgy person with
No,
these
it's about
designs.
readability.
Anita, it's perfectly readable. Look at the contrast between the blue and the black text and the white.
I feel like you miss like the foreground of the title.
What? No, it's clear that the black text is the foreground here because it's on top of the white and the blue. Look at that.
Right, but it shouldn't be. It should be the title.
No, Love Dive. Well, I mean, the D is still readable. You know, it's still visible. Well, Anita, I have some very, very bad news for you. Doug and I agree. It's 2-1. So we take the win here with Love Dive moving on to next round. Yeah?
Boom.
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 Boom. Round 4. We have Afterlight from IVE versus Minnesota 2 Thursday Child from TXT. Tomorrow by together.
I'm not a huge fan of either of these.
I prefer
I prefer
this
TXT.
They're very both bold. This is hard. This is hard.
I feel like for me, the placement of the text in Thursday's Child feels a little. I don't know. I feel like it seems a little disordered, whereas the placement of Afterlight is very satisfying, where it's like right at the bottom, like from edge to edge.
Well, I guess Thursday's Child is trying to portray how lost they are, in their world. They're lost. It's all breaking apart. That's why their font is like all breaking apart too. It's like all over the place. It's all exploding. Like I'm so lost. What's going on? Thursday sucks. Maybe that's what they're going for. What I don't get with IVE is, how there's like a little bar under where it says IVE third single album, and it has like the yellow, blue, pink, magenta, and then like.
Yeah,
green.
what is that? Is that the members?
Oh wait, maybe that's what it is.
It has to be.
Might be.
Oh. I like TXT better.
What?
All right, TXT moving on to the next round.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the colors.
Okay, that makes a lot more
It's
sense.
easy one.
Semifinals,
Wow.
Minnesota 2 versus INVU. I vote INVU.
You know the interesting thing
Same.
of this Taeyeon album? It gives off like female version of American Psycho for some reason.
Oh, really?
It does. Like that New York like aesthetic that's so clean that it's almost too sterile. Right?
Oh.
It does.
It
You
just
get what I
feels
mean,
very-
right? You
Yeah,
get what
no.
I mean.
To
It
me, it
gives
just
off
seems
that
very
vibe.
editorial. Like this would
yeah.
be from a magazine shoot.
No, like his apartment, not the not the
Not the.
I'm
not
talking
the
about like the
guy.
overall vibe about his Patrick Bateman's apartment.
Oh, I thought you just meant how good looking he
I don't know if
is.
you're gonna find it, but
Okay.
Or you might pull up some not safe for work photos if you keep
Yeah, I
on
know.
looking
I'm
up American Psycho.
trying
Yeah,
I just
But
realized.
that's what it comes off to me.
Um,
Clearly, this is the better option here, right?
INVU takes the win.
That's the type of photo that you could have made a giant billboard somewhere in like Soho.
I
Oh,
hope they
that's
did.
yeah.
Or they could have.
big ad. We have
New
blue versus
Jeans.
blue.
I will
Dive.
finally kill off this Love Dive for Anita.
Love
New
Dive
Jeans
versus New
Thank
Jeans.
you.
New Jeans. New Jeans.
Yeah, I'll take the rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
Oh no.
This is tough.
That means
the
we're at the
last
final round. We have INVU versus New Jeans.
I think that this New Jeans album will be more memorable down the line, but I think that this Taeyeon photo in the moment is a better album cover.
Do you go by legacy, or do you go by
Okay.
What's just a
actual
better thing?
appearance?
Here's an argument to be made here, right? INVU Taeyeon, it's great cover art. It's really well photographed. It's really well photographed. She looks great. Color scheme amazing. But she's not doing anything new. She's doing a really good job. They're doing a really good job of all the stuff that we're really good at with K-pop. The retro bunny is like rollerblading with NWJNS written on the front. Nobody really does that. Let's be honest. In K-pop, who's done that?
True.
That's
I mean, what I like about
new.
what was smart about the marketing, right, of the album and having this symbol, right, is that it has a lot of references because of the fan name, right? They're called bunnies. They also have a lot of this references in their music videos with the bunnies.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was really, really smart to have this as like the introduction for the first couple of singles. I don't know. I feel like it was just super. I'm amazed by how far ahead they thought of this.
They
in
just
the marketing.
They just decided to commit to a rabbit for everything. Just Rabbit cover art, Rabbit logo, Rabbit collabs, Rabbit fan name, Rabbit theming on their costumes, Rabbits in their music videos, Rabbit cakes when you do collab cakes. What else? Rabbit bongs, sticks.
I don't know what they do.
I'm gonna vote for New Jeans here.
Anita, you must.
Is it
pick.
1-1?
Yes,
Oh, did Doug vote for IMVU? Okay.
of course.
Okay.
Oh. I feel like
Ba bum bum ba bum bum ba bum.
I feel like IMVU is really a great cover art. Is it the best or like the most iconic from Tan? I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I'll be honest, Taylor's not really known for her amazing cover art.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean,
I
then
feel
again,
like-
who is?
Well, I feel like
Yeah,
New
these
Jeans could
Tan
be.
album covers, some of them are like just weird. Like,
Yeah.
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 I feel like I'm gonna go with New Jeans.
Here, let me look up their discography a little bit. Yeah, some of these cover arts are kind of
Like that first one, the eye one, is just weird. What is that? What is that?
It's meant to be a magazine, you know? It's
Oh,
Look,
I see.
he's kind of weird though.
It's kind of hard to detect what
Exactly.
what's going on in the picture. Though,
Kind of looks
yeah.
like if Bigfoot was hiding in the brushes, that's the type of photo you would end up with. You're like, oh god.
I will admit, going through all of her cover arts, like none of them show her face properly. You know what I mean? Until you get to INVU. Like,
Well,
look,
the Purpose one is very iconic. Everyone
remember
remembers
that
that
one,
one.
yeah.
okay, that one's
very
pretty cool.
That
Yeah.
one's very famous. She kind of looks like, if you look real quick, it's kind of like Taylor Swift looking real
I see
quick.
that.
It is.
Yeah,
see
yeah,
that,
yeah, if you look
yeah.
real quick.
I think we said the music's kind of Taylor Swifty as well, you know, back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the cover art for Can't Control Myself. I can barely see her.
What
Well,
happened,
it's like a double image,
Saeed?
too.
Yeah, but this IMVU one is clearly her best cover art.
Yeah, I
right?
agree,
Like,
yeah.
it's clearly head and shoulders. The Winter is Coming one is very famous too. I like
Yeah.
that one. That one I've seen a bunch. But okay, I guess New Jeans wins, right? You two voted for it.
We did.
New Jeans takes the win as the best
And
K-pop
they
cover
really
art.
win. They win everything.
Jeez, why?
Someone's gonna start saying we're just like New Jeans stands, and that's all we do.
We are though, so I ain't hiding it. Like,
You're not
I am-
wrong.
I am
It
not
is-
hiding that fact.
What it is.
Okay.
Right.
This wraps up episode. What episode was this?
224.
224 of SojuTalk Kpop Podcast. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining this week. We'll see you guys next time as we cover some cool songs. That Stacy song's coming out
I'm
in
so
like
excited.
7 hours or something.
It's going
Oh,
down.
happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Valentine's Day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.